Incredible. Oh, there we go. Incredible afternoon. Hello, everyone. Incredible afternoon. So, as you can see on the screen, this is going to be one of those, I'm not going to say rare professor moments, but this is going to be one of those moments where I, as a professor, dive a little bit into Cricut design space and do a little Cricut talk with you guys. Y'all know I am definitely team silhouette all day, every day. But you know, I'm also as the professor. So as the owner, as a creator of Silhouaholics Anonymous, I am all things silhouette. As the owner of Honestly SpINKing, I'm all things like, kind of like sublimation when it comes to that right now, as far as what we have in our arsenal. But as the professor, I am all things educational for my fellow creatives. So when I come across things that benefit my fellow creative community and my tribe of creators, y'all know I have to do a video on it. Hello. So we are going to dive into this just a little bit. Hey. Okay, so let me trying to think about how I want to share this out. So let's see. How do I want to share it out? Hello. Yes, thank you. She is honestly dope. Yes. When I went to Atlanta, I rocked nothing but HS Ink shirts. I was a walking billboard walking around Atlanta. And then I was still in HS Ink mode. So I had my V-neck. I like that one better than this one, but hey, this one works too. All right, so y'all give me a second. I'm going to share this out. Hello, everyone. I know you guys over on Facebook and not Facebook and TikTok, Facebook and YouTube see my thumbnail. Thumbnail. That's like my opening screen. So just give me a moment. I am about to share this live broadcast out. So let's do that. I'm waiting. I was actually waiting for, here we go. I was waiting for my notification so that I could go ahead and hit share. I've been dying, not say dying, I hate using that phrase, but I've been wanting to do this video for a while since it kind of came out, but I had a lot of things going on. We had our 365 Creative Academy courses or trainings that kind of kicked off within the past 2 weeks. And then I was on a working vacay. So today is the first available day where I have been able to dive into this and talk about it. I'm actually even doing this on my Silhouaholics Anonymous YouTube channel, which y'all know that's mainly for Silhouette Studio, but we're going to talk about it. All right. So make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up as you guys come in, because I'm always bringing, what's my son say? Is it Chef Kiss info? And as you guys like to say, gems, but content is what I like to say. So make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, because you already know it's going to be absolutely fire. And let me go over here to share this to my groups. All right. Okay, for all of my all of my Cricut users, they finally did it. Check out the new update. How to get it and what incredible ways it benefits you. Actually, I'm quite excited about this one because I have videos. There is video evidence. There are posts. There's post evidence. There's evidence in black and white, and there's video evidence of me saying that I doubted this would ever happen because of just purely based on the way that their system is set up. I really did not see this happening. I mean, this is something that you guys have been asking for years and years and years and years. Like, Ebola, it did not copy it. Oh, crap. But yeah, this is something that you guys have been asking about for a really, really, really long time. So I just did not see it happening. So I am definitely um eating my words, I guess you can say right now. Like I am shocked. I'm not sure if it is, due to, them, going public and like it's like their investors, their shareholders, like, look, y'all got to figure this thing out. So maybe them, just I don't know what I don't know what's happening here. Maybe with them, what the okay, I'm so confused as to what is going on right now. I am so confused as to what is going on right now. I want to copy the words, not all that other stuff. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to share it out. Just trying to share it out. Bear with me, right? Bear with me for a moment. Just trying to get this all shared out. But yeah, so I was saying, I'm not sure if it is because of, you know, some peer pressure. Cause I'm like, I mean, years and years and years. I don't know if it's them, taking advantage of the fact that I have to admit there are things that Silhouette America should be doing with their system, and they're not. And lately, as of late, it's like Cricut seems like they're really, really into like with their audience, they're pushing out a lot of different things. So, it's like, hey, strike the iron while it's like I don't know what to say. There's still some limitations, and don't get me wrong, I'm for everyone that's listening who knows that I am definitely team Silhouette. For me as a graphic designer, there are still things that Cricut just simply cannot do. I mean, it's the same way there's things that Silhouette simply cannot do when it comes to like Illustrator, Photoshop, and things like that. But from a beginner standpoint and getting into like full on designing, there are just things that I mean, Silhouette Studio offers that Cricut just cannot. And still, there's still the issue of how you bring in images and how you maneuver around it, where it's never going to be my go-to. But for those of you who are Team Cricut all day, every day, they have made some advances going to make your life a lot easier. I've seen a lot of people more so talk about the print than cut function. But as you guys can see from the thumbnail, although you guys can't really see over here on TikTok, I'll read it off to you guys. The one thing that we're going to talk about, and if you notice, I put on here up to 11 by 17 prints. It's not so much about the print then cut feature for me when it comes to this, because I don't own a Cricut that would allow me to do that. I had like the old school Cricuts, and I just don't have one of those Cricuts. It's not something that I wanted to invest money in because it's not a system that really works for me in that manner for me to kind of spend money on the machine itself. But from a print standpoint, I am one, y'all know, incredible, right? We are incredible. So I do a lot of talk about printing methods. And this is something that's going to be very, very helpful when it comes to printing. So for those of you who are watching over TikTok, what my thumbnail says is like things like that you could not do before. To do a full print and just print it out once for things like chip bags, 20-ounce tumblers, 30-ounce tumblers, larger print and cuts. Well, I'd say larger cutouts. So there's a little bit of print and cut, but you can also cut it by hand. Just simply being able to print it out. Large, oversized tiling, like you can now tile it to 11 by 17 paper. So that means, and that's for like we're coming up on graduation season. So if for some reason you decide you want to design it in Cricut Design Space, like you can literally tile that in the software. being able to do sublimation designs for larger shirts, being able to, like, right now everyone's talking about eco-solvent prints. So you'll be able to do larger eco-solvent prints if you have those printers, and be able to do it and set it up in Cricut Design Space, and be able to like print it and cut it right from there. And there's so much more that this opens up for you guys on the print side. So I'm not so much concerned about the cut side, but just for things that you print, it just opens up a lot of possibilities. And that's what we are going to explore today. All right. So, hello, y'all. Y'all now get to see my face over here. They've been seeing me for a while over here. Okay, thank you. It's like I did my duties over here. I'll see you over on YouTube. Thank you so much for hitting for tapping the screen and getting those likes up. Thank you for sharing the video as well and doing your due diligence over here. All right. So hello, everyone. If you don't know who I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the amazing product line. Honestly speaking, we currently carry sublimation paper that allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees. I don't think y'all understand how much of a game changer that is. And as fast as 30 seconds, so that you can get your work done more efficiently and effectively, and be able to get those jobs done and keep the coins rolling. We also have our amazing sublimation ink, where we have ink that is not like that brown. Like, people, when we first came out with it, it was like, wait a minute, sublimation ink comes like where it looks black? Yeah. We actually really help formulate our black ink as well. So definitely check out our site, shop.hsink365.com. If you're into regular printing for things like invitations, like this opens that up for you guys. Sad situation, but I mean, technically, like things like memorials and obituaries and stuff, like, because you can now do like a full 8.5 by 11 print. Amazing, right? Even with 11 by 17, you'll have to trim off the edges. Which I say a full like 8.5 by 11 printed to 11 by 17. It's kind of a waste of paper, but not so much, right? So you can, do that. And we have pigment ink that a lot of our customers use because it is water resistant. So you can check that out. We're also the home of 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity in structured and detailed trainings, kind of like this. Like I said, just in a more structured format in a wide variety of classes. But that's not why y'all are here. Y'all want to know about this print and cut. So I just need for you guys to do one favor for me. Make sure that you are hitting that like button or even the heart. You're going to go ahead, share it out, tag a friend. I was actually quite surprised that in a lot of groups that it hasn't spread like wildfire, because there's a lot of people that still say, the old limitations, right? So I was actually quite surprised that, people are commenting, and, it's not as widespread as I thought it was, because I thought I was going to be kind of late to the game in doing this video and mentioning it. But even on the post that I just made, there were people asking, well, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? So I am glad that I did do this one. And a lot of people don't know. So make sure that you guys are sharing. If you are part of a group and they allow you to share amazing, incredible content, be sure to hit that share button. All right. So let's get into it. Well, if that is the case, so someone's messed with me over here. So she says, Cricut is an iPhone and Cameo is an Android. Well, in that case, I am in the right place, because baby, I am team, I can't show you because I'm on it, but I am team Android. I love me some Sam's. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm team Android. It's a big difference, because there's some Androids that your girl just don't mess with. I am definitely team Samsung. I love my Samsung. As what is his name? I can't think of it on TikTok, but I love my Samsung. So I am definitely team Cameo and team Samsung. All right. I need to stop slacking on Silhouette. I work in DS faithfully, but willing to learn another. So before I get into this, this is one of the things that I'm sorry, y'all are shaking because I keep hitting my desk. The one thing when it comes to Cricut's print then cut is it's always going to be connected to print then cut, right? Meaning you won't ever I'm not going to say, I'm definitely not going to say, I'm never going to say never anymore, because they gave you a bigger print than cut. But I don't know if it will ever happen to where they will give you that option where it's not connected, like in theory, to you using their machine. So it's not like they're necessarily giving you the ability to just simply print. Whereas Silhouette Studio, you don't have to turn on your registration marks. You can do a full print and never even have to think about turning on the registration marks for a print and cut. Well, with Cricut Design Space, you're still kind of tied to that print then cut feature. And that means you're going to still have registration marks. So you can never truly take full advantage of whatever page size you are using. And then like with Silhouette Studio, with their print and cut, you can go outside of the cut lines or like the registration marks. In those areas, you just have to manually cut. Like once it's done, it'll just leave those connected and you just do a couple of snips. So you still can go a lot larger as far as prints, even for the actual print and cut part of it with the Silhouette system. And you're able to just do prints. So I am able to design, like I said, you know, like I say, like in a service program, a funeral program, or obituary, as we call it. I'm able to do 11 by 17 one, design it and send it to print. You still can't technically save outside of Cricut Design Space, like directly from it. You can do a print to PDF, and that will allow you to take it into other softwares. You're still, of course, going to have that outline on, well, the registration marks on it. But it just, like I said, it opens up a lot of opportunities for you guys. Some of the things that I'm going to talk about, like let's say the chip bags, right? We print, well, we creatives, I print chip bags to 8.5 by 11 paper, meaning you're going to take up the entire 8.5 by 11 paper. When it comes to that part of it, you're still limited, right? You can't just simply print to a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, because you're, like I said, you're going to still have those registrations. Now, if you wanted to, you technically can put it on larger paper. Even doing 8.5 by 14, you're still not getting that full 8.5 inch range. But by you kind of moving it around, and depending on how you do your design and how you trim it, you just kind of going to have like a little bit of white space on it because it's not going to print to that area. Or you can put it on 11 by 17 paper. So there's still limitations, guys. It doesn't fix everything, but it fixes some things, and it just gives you guys a larger print area. Like I said, I'm going to focus more so on the print side because I don't really do print cut like that. I don't have a Cricut machine. All right. Will Silhouette Studio print using the printer's adjusted settings? I'm not sure what you mean by that. So with Silhouette Studio, if I can print directly to my Roland from my Silhouette Studio. So I don't cut from it. But if I was just doing, let's say, a poster or something like that, I can set up a design page that is 18.5, or really I do mine's 18 by 24. So I can set up a design page. I can do 18 by 24, and then I can send that directly to my Roland and just have it print from Silhouette Studio. So you're not limited in the print size. It can slow down, like depending on your system and your computer, it can slow it down. If you have too much graphics on it, it can shut down if your computer can't handle it. But as far as printing, you are definitely not limited in the size that you can print. So I have an EcoTank settings adjusted to the best color prints if I use my iPad. So Silhouette Studio does not have a mobile version. So you can't do that from your iPad or iPhone from Silhouette Studio. If you're referring to Cricut Design Space print and cut, when it comes to that, this to my understanding that right now, this is only for the computer version. It's not for the mobile version as far as going in there and being able to do the bigger print and cuts. Yeah, I was trying the other day and it didn't work for me. One thing I cannot assist you guys with, some people say you have to calibrate it. You guys are gonna have to find some videos. I'll do my best to find some quality videos and put the links, because I don't have a machine to really show you the whole calibration. I think for certain sizes you have to calibrate, but as far as, like I said, this video is about being able to print larger items, and we're going to kind of dive into that. All right. Let's see over here. Hello. Oh wow, I don't know who that was. I gotta find it for the super chat. Thank you so very much for the super sticker. How are you? Thank you for joining the live broadcast. Incredible afternoon. Hello. Thank you guys for jumping on. I know, definitely Team Silhouette. I recommended your products this morning on another platform's live. Thank you so much for that. We always like referrals over here. We need everybody to be more efficient, and we need them to be incredible. So thank you, guys. Thank you for referring our products. Checking in from Virginia. Hey, just say thank you, my love. Let's see. Oh, wait. Everywhere else is just Tuesday. Oh, so it's Fat Tuesday. It is Mardi Gras. Hello, everyone. Hello. It's Fat Tuesday. Let's see. This is true. Wait, this is truly what's up for me. LOL. Now I'm really okay with selling my. Oh, don't do that. Okay, no. If you cannot figure out your Cameo from YouTube video, see, everyone will tell you YouTube University. I don't know who you've been following. If you've ever jumped into one of my trainings for it, it is absolutely amazing. Don't sell your Cameo just because you can do a little bit of something. Don't necessarily sell your Cameo. We do actually have first cuts tonight, which I'm going to say my vacation threw me off. But there is actually a Silhouette First Cuts training tonight, and we will walk through things like print cuts, and we're going to have a more extended one in March or April. But don't throw it. No, definitely don't sell your Cameo. There's still things that the Cameo can do that, Cricut just can't touch. So don't do that. Just either watch my video or post in the group. Like, let me know what issues you guys are having. When you guys are saying you have issues, I ask you guys to post your screen, post your settings. Like, I need to see everything, and I can help navigate you through it. All right. I can't wait to do the all over shirt in Cricut with Cricut larger paper, 11 by 15 or 11 by 17. You mean? Yeah. Let's see. Thank you, Team Samsung. I know, right? I needed that yesterday. Let's see. Also, you can print larger. Design space will still limit you to the cut part of the print then cut for your maximum finished project. The max is 15 by 10. So I'm still debating on that, because see, I'm a note gal. The regular galaxies are too narrow for me, like my liking, and they're long as crap. So I'm still on the fence about it. I'm more of a note girl, and I know they're not making the note anymore, so I'm a little heartbroken. I wish they would have that option to just print. Yeah. So that's still one of the limitations of this. So I don't like the black box in Cricut at all. But yeah, so they're making it to where they're trying to keep you into their system. What did I miss? Cricut now allows you to do a larger print than cuts. Yes, chip bags plus water bottles could take up that extra paper on the 11 by 17. That's true. We're not talking about printers right now. Sorry about that. Come back for another print and cut, or I've actually have tons and tons of videos talking about printers and those exact printers. So someone says calibrate just means to go under calibration and make sure it reads the new registration marks and things correctly. Boom. Hopefully it's simple enough. Simple as that. Let's see. All right. It is at 7 p.m. Yes, you can definitely still use it, but you can still use Silhouette Studio without a Cameo. You can also save in different formats. So there's still advantages to learning the Silhouette system. All right. I did not have to actually reinstall. So once I've already done it, so I'm going to still show you guys where to go. So once I clicked on Cricut Design Space, it actually did another update because it actually just did an update right before I went out of town. So it did an update. And then all I did was, I'm going to show you what I did as far as going into your settings and then changing it to beta. So I'm going to go through all of that. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see. Did I miss anything over here? Oh, you can sell. I don't know who wants it. Sell the Pro. I don't ever recommend the Pro. Y'all should have listened to me before when I said don't get the Pro. Y'all didn't listen to me. Y'all don't like to listen to me, but I told y'all don't get the Pro. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a shared screen. Jesus, all up in my eye. So present, share screen, screen 2, the Silhouette Cameo Pro, the 24-inch cutter. I don't recommend it at all. Okay, thank you. You see my shirt? Oh, y'all can't see my shirt. It's honestly dope. So yeah. Done with Honestly Speaking Sublimation paper and ink. Plain paper setting. And do you see the black? Do you see the black? You don't need premium presentation paper mat. I'm telling y'all, save your coins, save your ink. All right. Okay, hold on. I gotta flip y'all around over here. Let's flip you. Enhance. They keep moving stuff around over here in TikTok. Okay. All right, couple things here. Let me rotate y'all real quick. Sorry. I didn't mean to rotate you like that. I meant to do you like this so that I can, boom, go like that. Okay. And let's add this to the stream. Here we go. So what you're going to do to be able to do bigger print cuts, right? We're going to go up to the 3 lines at the top, okay? You're going to go to the 3 lines at the top. And you're going to go down to settings. All right, go down to settings. Here is where you will change this from live. So I'm going to actually go back to live. So it's going to tell me changing the settings may reset your application. Please save all work before continuing. I'm not worried about that. So I'm just going to go back to live real quick and I'm going to hit done. Well, it is going to reset it. Actually, so what it's doing, it actually, I don't remember it doing it this time, like doing this last time, but let's see if I can pull this over. It's actually reverting back. So it will, I guess, do somewhat, well, it is beta, so it is a different version. So it should do some sort of update. So it went back and it reverted back. So this is what they said to save your items. For what I had there wasn't for an actual project, so I was cool. And it's also doing okay, didn't do another update. Is at the top, it says that it is version 7.144 is what the live version is. 7.27.144. That is the live version. Okay. I'm going to go to upload. Oh, this is going to be interesting because I didn't like how the edges of my images came in the old. Oh, it actually opened up everything. Awesome. Cool. So here on this side, I know you guys can't see it on TikTok, but of course it's giving you the warning that things are too big. So if I click on here, it's going to say, image is too large, reduce the image to 6.75 by 9.25 or change paper size. So if we go here, you'll see the only options you have available are A4 and then letter. Those are the only options, even if you go to 12 by 24, if you are on Cricut Maker, even if we go to Cricut Maker 3, you still only have those sizes. So if you're still here And at the top, it says 7.27.144. You are still in the live version, and you are only going to get the standard print then cut settings or print settings, okay? It has to be in beta. This live broadcast is taking place February 21st, 2023. So if you're watching this and it is currently in the live version of it, this kind of sort of won't apply as far as how you get to it. It'll probably be your live version. But as of today, you access it by going to the beta version. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done. Like I said, you can see here, we have quite a few things on here and you can't do it, right? So now we're going to go back over. I'm going to go back over here to this top little piece, right? These 3 lines, and we're going to go to settings, and you're going to choose beta. All right. And we're going to hit done. It is doing an update. So I guess maybe I turned away when it did this last time. So it will install some sort of update. So the beta version, which may eventually be the newer version. So right now, 7.28.131. 7.28.131. And it says beta in front of it. If you're watching this once the live version is out, you should have a version that is at least 7.28, or maybe by then, maybe it'll say 7.29 or 7.30, whatever, but it should be at least 7.28.131, or it might be 7.28 and then like 151, something like that. But that's where it should be at, whether you are doing this in the beta version or if you're watching this in the near future, just to understand about how you can print different things. It should be on there. All right. Now, once you have this here, I've already actually changed mine. I'm going to make this larger than what it is here. Let's go like that. And we still get, so it's going to still, of course, give you, I know you guys can't really see it over here on TikTok, but it gives you an error message here, right? And so it will say image is too large. It'll actually tell you what the max it can be based off of that particular image. So the one thing about this is it's not that, you can do like, well, you can do any size, but I brought in the Chase and the Rocky because they're actually made kind of different in how they're set up. It will tell you for that particular image what the max size is for it to fit on 11 by 17 paper. Okay. So it says image too large. And actually right now I'm on A3 because I was testing out the A3. So it'll say, this is too large for the A3 paper. We have detected that the max size for this shape is 10.42 by 14.76. So you can easily just click on it and just make sure that it's locked in place, and you'll just take one of those measurements. So let's just say I went 10.42. So I'm just going to come up here. It's locked in place, 10.42. Hit enter. And well, let's see, why is it not 14.7? Okay, let's just do that one. So 14.76, because over here it was still a little bit too big. So 14.76, which will put us at 10.41. So you don't really have to do a lot of like resizing. If you want to max it out, it literally tells you what the max size will be. And I would recommend just changing whatever the longest side is, just changing that one to whatever they say. And then that thing, like that little piece goes away. Now, if you want to change the paper size, right? I'm going to kind of shift you guys back over here. That same little error will allow you to change it. So once you see the error symbol, you're going to click on that. Uh-oh, wrong one. And you're going to come down here to, oh, actually, you can also auto resize image. Duh, Shakia. I forgot about that. But right here, change page size. You click on that. It doesn't matter if you have, even if you have the 12 by, well, you put 12 by 24 mat. I think before I had nothing there and it still gave me the same options. So we're going to go to 11 by 17. And that is the max. I don't know. Someone said that they can do 12 by 24. I didn't see that option in anything that I did to see a 12 by 24 inch page or 12 by 18 or anything like that. Like the max size that I see is 11 by 17. Okay. So 11 by 17. And then we're going to hit done. And it will tell you from here. I'm going to move. Oh, Lord, see, this zooming out stuff still drives me nuts with this. So we're just going to come over here and then come over here. Not sure if you guys can tell, but around here is like a weird gray. I have no idea why that happened that way, because if I take a look at this over in Silhouette Studio, you don't get that on the end. So I'm not sure why it's doing that kind of weird gray thingy around the edge of it. But yeah, that's something that happened in Cricut Design Space. If we look at Chase, you'll see that we don't have that around Chase either, but you'll see it in Cricut Design Space. That was one of the things I noticed right off the bat that I did not like, is this like gray area that it puts around it. But right now we still have the error. So we're going to click on that. And so it says that image is too large for 11 by 17 tabloid paper. We have detected that the max size for this shape is 9.39 by 14.1. So if you go and you adjust it, so it'll go to 9.931 by 14.08. All right, so yeah, so it went back down to so yeah, just go to auto adjust. I forgot it does have that. And it'll give you the correct size for that particular image, right? Now, like I said, I like things like chip bags, 20 ounce, what's those things called? 20 ounce tumblers. But again, you have to still use a larger size paper, because you cannot take full advantage of the 8.5 by 11. So you can do, you kind of take so if you only have a small format printer, this doesn't really help you very much, unfortunately. However, if you have a large format printer, you can use it. But more importantly, if you have a Windows, I'm not sure how you can do it in not Cricut, in what's the people call? Apple, Macs. There we go, Macs. But we have what's called print to PDF. Now you do have to have the Design Edition of Silhouette Studio to be able to open it in Silhouette Studio, or you can simply take it out of Silhouette Studio. Take it into a different program and try and like play around with the sizing. But because you can now blow it up, your PDFs will actually come in a lot sharper and a lot cleaner and allow you to resize it. So again, there's still limitations. But you guys have a little bit more leeway right now. Okay. So let's go over here. I'm going to actually turn off all the rest of these, and let's Oh, you can't just hide all of them all at once. I can't hide all my stuff all at once. Oh, that kind of sucks. Wait, there has to be a way for me to hide everything. There's no way for me to hide everything. Okay, let's group it and then hide the group. Yay. Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay, so this is a Tumblr wrap. So Mac has a print to PDF. Okay, cool beans. I'm not a Mac user. That's my husband. I told y'all I'm Team Windows, Team Galaxy, and Team Silhouette. I'm not an Apple person like that. But okay, that's good to know that they have a print to PDF. Okay, so let's... Oh, top line to hide all. Oh, okay, it's up here somewhere. All right, I'll remember that for next time. So let's say we go here, right? This is 8.5 by 10.96. So brilliant 8.5 by 11. If we click on it, well, right now, the one thing that it doesn't, I don't know. I don't think I saw. Maybe if we go over here, that was the one thing that I had not seen. Definitely not that one. Let's go to settings, canvas. Yeah, so okay, yeah. So load type. There we go. I'm like, at first I thought I didn't see it or didn't know where to go to get it, where you just kind of change the paper. So load type. If I were to take this and go to 8.5 by 11, my chip bag now gives me the what's this thing called? It gives me the error message. So again, if you only have a small format printer, you are still limited. It does not increase the size that you can print onto 8.5 by 11 paper. You are still limited. And that to me was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, because I didn't hear very much, like everyone was kind of excited about the fact that you can do larger papers. But what it does not change is when it comes to your 8.5 by 11, you are still limited to that smaller size. So the max size for this one, like for this chip bag, would be 8.72 by 6.76. Well, that's not taking up a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So hear me well. It does not increase the amount of space that you can print on a standard 8.5 by 11 paper. But now you can do things like 8.5 by 14 or 11 by 17. And then each one of those has a max size to it. Okay. So small format printer doesn't help you so much. But if you have a wide format printer, you can go to change page size. And I think that's what was happening with a lot of people as far as the larger print and cut size. I didn't realize I had a whole hanger up here. Is that they have a small format printer and they're trying to get more space out of it. And they're like, it's not working for me. It's not working for me, because they have a EcoTank 2400 or 2803 or 4710 or 37, they have an F170, they have, whatever these small format printers are. It's not going to make your print, like they're thinking that, okay, I can now max it out to this 8.5 by 11 paper. I can now max it out to this 8.5 by 14. That is not what this does. That's why I said it's a little like, they gave you a little, but not everything that you needed, if that makes sense. So I can auto resize it. So the smaller size, I'm going to undo. And the same thing with this tumbler, right? So I click on that. It's still going to tell me that my max for this particular media is 6.76 by 7.81. Now I'm going you don't, I can do it right here. We're going to go to change page size. I'm just going to go to legal just so you guys can see. So we're going to go here. It doesn't really change these because your 8.5 is still 8.5 and it's larger than the 8.5 inch width. You only have but so wide that you can do it. So for the tumbler, it says you only have 7.74 by 8.6 for this particular image. So we're going to go to change page size again. And I'm going to go to 11 by 17. Now my errors go away, right? I really want to see what it tells me the max size is. This is the part that kind of like annoyed the crap out of me, is that you really don't know what the max size is. I'm not sure if you guys notice, but y'all know how I am as a professor, right? When I do work, when I go and I'm doing my, I guess you could say research, I'm doing my testing, I'm really testing, right? So what I originally did was I went in and created an 11. All right, now come on now. I said ungroup. Let me see. I ungroup it. Okay, so ungroup. So I went in and I created. All right, where is this? Okay, pull this off to the side and let pull you down. So I created an 11 by 17 sheet of paper, well, 11 by 17 rectangle, and I did an internal offset, right? And on that offset, I did it at point, I think I did it at a half an inch. I figured that would be enough. Like, okay, this is where, anything within here. And I found out it really wasn't. So I'm actually going to take this in another inch. So from the original one, I'm going to go there. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to do an offset and I'm going to go -1. All right. And then apply. I mean, that's really only like 9.9 by 15 inches. Let's see, if I do an internal offset and let's say -0.75. So that gives me 9.5 by 15.5. I'll see how that works, right? But this is the only way that you'll like really be able to know like if all of your stuff is going to fit in there. So I can take my 8.5 by 11. We're going to go ahead and bring that to the front and we're going to rotate it because it's 11 wide. So you can't do it that way. So if you end up putting this here, like someone suggested, you can do something like a chip bag and a water bottle label, or even I'm going to come over here to my shapes. I don't have one like made up, but I'm going to come over here to my shapes and I'm going to make this 3.5 by 5. Unlock it. So 3.5 by 5. Okay. Which is a Capri Sun, like the cover for it. And we can rotate that. And I can place that, here. Or like I said, you can do a water bottle label. You can probably do maybe 2 of them, but it's almost like creating a bundle or creating a set. And again, this is only if you have a large or wide format printer that prints 11 by 17 or 13 by 19 paper for this, right? So you can go and put that there. You can fill the space up with something else and then select them, flatten them so that you can put them all on one. All right. So you can do that with it, but you cannot just print this by itself. Same thing when it comes to the tumbler. So we're going to bring this to the front. Now, with this one, you can rotate it because it's not 11 inches, right? So you can go and put this up here at the top and we're going to duplicate it and you'll only be able to do 1. You can't do 2. like if I were to attach these two, and I said, somebody said at the top you can do them all, but I don't see it. I'm just going to group it all together. All right. So if I were to go to make this, see, it's only going to give me the one. It's only going to give me the one like that. So I'm going to cancel it. And I thought I hit attach, but maybe I didn't. So if I go attach, it's telling me it's too big. So you would have to remove one and then put something else there. So if you're creating different bundles, so maybe you'll do a tumbler and a keychain, or like just anything small. Most people don't really still do masks anymore, but as long as you're doing something smaller, you can utilize this space for something else and maximize using your 11 by, your honestly speaking, 11 by 17 sublimation paper. So that's one of the things when I did this, I did not hear a lot of people talking about that, is it gave you more options for paper sizes. But if you have a small format printer, it does not increase the max size because it is still attached to its print then cut features, and it is limiting you based off of the registration mark area. That makes sense? All right. So that's how you'll do that. Now, so someone says here, I have a class that's on our academy where I go over that. I'm not big on the whole tiling, but I do have a class as far as like designing for those. I did another video showing how to tile, so you can check that out. Silhouette Studio and Cricut Design Space. I am actually going to show you here real quickly about tiling and the fact that you now have larger paper sizes that you can use, which I have to kind of adjust it because it's not it's not a set size. Like I haven't quite figured out. What I want to do is send something to print and then see where those registration marks are, and then I'll kind of make my adjustments based off of that. But you have that one, and then we're going to cancel this, and let's reveal everything else and ungroup it. All right, so I'm going to move that off to the side. We're going to bring Chase up over here, and we're just going to make him bigger and then take him down to, well, I'm going to take him down to the max. Let's just delete all of this. I'm going to take him and make him much larger. I'm going to get the error on it. I created a grid, but we're going to see if this actually works. So we're going to go upload. I'm going to go upload image, browse. Come on. Home. Where is my grid? 11 by 17 oversized Cricut grid, and upload, add to canvas. And we're going to send this to the back. All right. So right now I have this Chase at 32. So let's just I'm going to make him a little bit small. I'm just going to have him fit within here. So I won't necessarily need all the boxes. I can get this to fit, and it'll end up being 1, 2, we can work out some things with how this is, and probably mix and match, because especially like with his with his face right there, maybe I will rotate to try and get his face all in one box. Okay, Now his ear is going to be kind of cut off, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so it's like a lot of moving around to get it to fit. But like I said, I won't need these over here. So let's just ungroup. And I'm just going to get rid of those. So I'm going to need a few copies of this so that I can cut them. My grid is set up to where it already accounts for overlap. So you have, like, instead of just splitting it down the middle, if you're doing, let's say, just a larger than matte print and cut, you want to just do a big cutout, it's going to have straight cuts. You could probably leave it that way, but if you're trying to do like sublimation, you want to have some overlap so that you don't get the white line. So mine is already accounted for that. And every single one of these makes it to where, like, because of the overlap, you have to do them individually. So you would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of, oh, look, that's Neapolitan. I didn't even realize I did that at the bottom. So you would need 9 versions of this. So I'm just going to select everything and I'm going to copy versus just doing a bunch of paste on here. And we're going to take the top one and chase, and we're going to slice. I'm going to delete everything else. All right. See, I sliced it to that size, but it's still telling me that it's too big. It's telling me that it has to be 9.26 by 14.97, which means my grid is a little bit, it's going to be a little bit off, right? So I'm going to keep this one so I remember. So I'm going to go and paste. This is the part that I don't like about slitting it up, because you really don't know what the max size is. And I did this one at, I think, an inset of 0.5. So I probably should have adjusted a little bit more. I'm just going to make the entire thing just a little bit smaller. And then we're going to copy it. And let's see how this goes. We're going to slice it. Oh, man, it's still saying he's too big. Well, dang. Still too big. This is the part that I don't like. I don't like this part at all. Let's take him down. I'm trying to find the sweet spot for him. Let's copy. Slice. Okay, that's a good, this one right here is good. So we're going to delete, the wrong one, and delete. So that's a good size. We're going to paste. I'm going to take the next section and I'm going to slice it. And then delete, and then delete. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them. You would have to do this 9 times. But the way that I set mine up, like I said, it already accounts for overlap. So when you place it, like if you're doing it all over and you're tiling, you already kind of have that space accounted for to give you a seamless, which I got to find the right overlap. So it'll end up being a seamless overlap when you sub it, because the overlap will be built into it. But this just means that you now can do larger sheets of paper and you don't have to do 8.5 by 11 and you're doing it really small. So it's 9 sheets versus like 12 or 15 and things like that. So you can do some oversized prints, whether it is for a large cutout and you're going to piece them together, or if it is for sublimation. All right, if you're just joining, I'm going to show it one more time. What we're going over is the currently beta version of Cricut Design Space that gives you more options for larger paper sizes. It does not increase the print then cut size. It just gives you an option for larger papers. If you have a small format printer that only prints 8.5 inches wide, you are still limited to those restrictions. And you would still have to use our dear friend Silhouette Studio to do like your full 8.5 by 11 prints and things like that. But like I said, if you have Designer Edition for Silhouette Studio, you can save it as a PDF and get a more, like a clearer rendition of your design. But you can see from here, you'll see that one. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And let's reveal. Oh, Lord, where is it? Where did it go? Did I delete it? I think I deleted my... Oh, crap. Oh, I did. I deleted everything else. That's fine. I'm going to come in here, delete that. We're going to go upload. We're going to bring this chip bag back in. All right. And I'm going to make this, my width should be 11. Let's just make our height 8.5. All right. So what I'm going to do with this is right now, because it's set to 11 by 17 paper, if I go to make it, even though it's on the 11 by 17 paper, and let's say I don't want to necessarily print it that size, you are able to then go to continue, send to printer. We're going to use system dialog. It doesn't matter what printer is up here. Once we first go in, we're going to go to use system dialog and just hit print. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to go print, and it's going to bring up a secondary print setting. And from here, I can go to Microsoft Print to PDF, Preferences, Advanced. We're going to go to, really doesn't really matter which one you kind of use because of how it's set up. You can even still do like 11 by 17, but let's just say I go tabloid, and then I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit print. It's going to have me name it. And then I will be able to take this into Silhouette Studio and be able to cut it down and then print it. So if you just are more comfortable with designing in Cricut Design Space and it comes easier to you to set it up there, trust me, I understand how that feels. I know Photoshop. Like, I love Photoshop. Y'all saw I do my thumbnails from Photoshop. It's certain things about certain designs I just don't like doing in Photoshop. I prefer to do it in Silhouette Studio. And then if I need to, I'll take it over to Photoshop or another software. So I get it where you guys are more comfortable with designing in Cricut Design Space, but the print limitations can be a bit much. So you can still use this for designing. And the joy of this update now allows you to take it into Silhouette Studio in a larger format to get a better resolution and then print from Silhouette Studio. So we're going to go live. Cricut DS update. Delete me after the live. I do that so that I don't have this extra stuff on my computer. Okay, we're going to save it as a PDF. And now I'm going to come over here. So I've actually already done it. So with the chase test, I brought this in. So as you can see, this was from Cricut Design Space because you can see their registration marks on here, right? Of course, something like this, it makes no sense to go to Cricut Design Space first. You might as well do it from Silhouette Studio, just opening up the picture and resizing it. But I wanted you to see, you know, the quality of this, taking it in. It's a really high resolution image still when it comes in because of that larger paper size. So now I'm going to go File, Open. I'm going to go over to, oh, my internet. As soon as my husband walked through the door, my internet started messing up. I think it's just because too many devices. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open up this PDF. Oh man, it won't open up over here. Okay, wait, cancel. Let's see if I bring this over here, will it open up on my other screen? File, open. Hopefully, nope, it still doesn't show up. I'm going to flip. Dang it, I don't know how to do this. I can turn you guys. All right, I won't be able to do it that way. I'll do a different video and I'll show you like when you open up a PDF, but basically it says current page, open it as a vector or import as an image. You can open it as a vector. It's still a flattened image anyway, so it doesn't matter, but opening as a vector just makes it so you don't have to worry about the DPI. So for this, I recommend opening it as a vector, and then we're just going to hit import, and I'm going to move my Silhouette screen back so you guys can see that after it imports. Hold on. All right. So because it came in, oh, wait. Hold on. Why are you broken up? Did Chase do that? Oh, I forgot. This is designed. This was originally designed in 3 sections because I don't think Chase didn't do that. Hold on. Let me make sure. Ungroup. Oh, he did come in different sections. Haha. Oh, let's change that. I didn't realize he came in different sections. Ooh, that's interesting. All right, so we're going to do it again. File, open. I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to hit OK. When the screen comes up, I'm going to say import as an image. I always take mine to 500 DPI just so it's like the better resolution. And I'm going to import it. Oh, I never ungrouped it. So I didn't realize it was broken up into sections. So we're just going to do it as an image instead of as a vector. And you're going to have this whole thing like right here. But again, you're going to have a much better resolution than when it was just the 8.5 by 11 one that you did the PDF on. So it's still, it has some little fuzzy pieces to it, but not too bad. And if I probably brought it in at a higher DPI, it would be better. So I'm just going to take my rectangle here and I'm going to make that 8.5 by 11. We're going to place that right here. And we're going to select it and crop. So you could design it there, bring it over, and then crop it down and be able to actually print to 8.5 by 11 without any restrictions, because with Silhouette Studio, you don't have to turn on your registration marks. You're just going to set your page. You'll set your page size and be able to print right from here. All right. Like I said, it's opened up a lot more doors for you, especially if you have a wide format printer. If you don't have a wide format printer, you still want to take advantage of the fact that you can set it to 11 by 17, and you're just going to get better quality screen grabs. You're going to, or print to PDFs and things like that. You're just going to get better quality ones because you can set it to 11 by 17 and then crop in Silhouette Studio or crop in Affinity or crop in Photoshop or Illustrator and things like that. Okay. So maybe not completely what you guys wanted, but they did open up more paper sizes. Let's see. So when I rotated it, it does not change it. I actually saw your comment beforehand, and it actually did not change anything for me when I did that. Do you want to cancel the cut? Yes. So I'm going to cancel. I will bring that back in. So let's go upload and bring back in Chase. And I'm going to go and make him a little bit bigger. So it says, what is this? Oh, wait, yeah. So we're just going to auto resize him back down. And even if it was rotated, it still gives me the same size at the top. So for me, I did not find that rotating it made it any different, because even once you rotate it, it still gives you the same exact size at the top. But I did see your comment on that. Okay, following along with you, but using a cut that's already designed in DS. You're right. I could only get it to print up to 9.2 by 14.96. Every bunny's favorite teacher design. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you design it in DS, if you open up an SVG and then you make it, you flatten it, it's not going to change. Like I said, it's not going to change your size. One, you're still limited by the registration marks, because they still see it as print then cut. They're not giving you an option to just print. They're just giving you a larger paper size for print then cut. I'm so happy to find this live video because I'm currently debating between Cricut Maker or a silhouette. Well, over here, we are definitely team silhouette. I have 6 of them. Everything from the original to the Cameo 4. I recommend any of the Cameo 4s except for the Pro. I wish they would just take it off the shelves, but hey, that's not my company. But the regular 12-inch and the 15-inch will pretty much get you where you need to be. The Pro can be overkill if you really need to do a 24-inch 24-inch cut. I recommend exploring some, it might be a little bit of a learning curve for them, but I recommend exploring some of the other more commercialized cutters if you're wanting to do 24-inch cuts. But for most people, for larger print and cuts, your printer is only, I guess if you want to do 13 by 19, especially if you're doing eco-solvent prints and things like that, because you can cut down the HTV to 13 by 19. Not too many, there's not too many, like I'm saying, like cost-effective brands that are 13 by 19 as far as regular paper. It's like your 11 by 17, maybe even your 12 by 18. And you can do all of those on a 12 by 24-inch mat. So if you're just wanting it for larger print and cuts, a Cameo 12-inch or a Plus with a 12 by 24-inch mat will suffice. Don't look into the Pro. I'm telling you now, don't look into the Pro. Do not do it. See, look, someone says it's horrible. I sold mine. So you gave that problem to someone else is what you're telling me. And they're probably mad at you. Let's see. Under the same tab, you can change the paper size to. Under what tab? You mean over here? What do you mean? What tab? I'm not sure what you're referring, unless you're like kind of far back. I think she's saying that I can come over here. She might be a little bit delayed. And yeah, here you can change the paper type, which I realized that after the fact. So yeah, you can go just right here and change it. You don't have to wait for the symbol, the error symbol. Silhouette all day. Exactly. But hey, I'm going to always be the professor and bring you guys this information. Like, that is my job as the professor. And she says, yep, but they wanted it though. Okay. Any questions for me about Cricut's larger print settings and how it can benefit you? And if it is going to be a game changer. Just a quick recap. If you were looking for it to increase your print size for 8.5 by 11 or 8.5 by 14 paper and allow you to take up more of that page size, it does not. The update simply allows for different paper sizes. So you can use 8.5 by 14. You can use 11 by 17, even 12 by 18 paper, but there is no setting for that. You would still just set it to 11 by 17, and you can print it to your larger paper, but there is no actual setting for the larger paper. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We went through that. I went through that already. If you're just joining, I definitely went through that when you have it where it is. So like when you don't have, like for me, I don't see it when, oh, I guess image info. Do you mean here? I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but like there's nothing that comes up to where you can change it unless you are outside of the max print size. And then once you get the warning symbol, you can click on that and you can change paper size here as well. But if I'm already on 11 by 17, changing the paper size does not help me. But if I'm already on 11 by 17, then you have to simply auto resize it or you change it. So so that gave me, no, what would it tell me the auto? Yeah, I'm not sure what it said before. So if I rotate this to 0, yeah, it's still the same, Lydia. It doesn't change it for me. All right, so definitely a game changer for me. Dang, I'm just joining. I definitely needed this. What is that? Katrina, ain't she lovely? Ooh, I like that. Isn't she I said ain't, but I think it's isn't she lovely? I read it Katrina, but then I put the A with the rest of it. So Katrina, isn't she lovely? You can catch the playback of this over on my YouTube channel. Honestly SpINKing, SpINKing, or 365 Creative Academy on YouTube. So you can watch the playback on either of those platforms. Hello, what program are you working in? Yes, so technically this is a live video about the Cricut beta update for larger prints, or actually it should just be for larger paper options. So what this live is about. It is not my preferred software. I use Silhouette Studio. So I teach Silhouette Studio and Photoshop. I'm in the cake world and definitely want to increase my edible image print size. Is your edible image printer, is it a standard printer or is it a wide format? Are you only limited to 8.5 by 11? Does your edible image, I guess, sheets, do they come larger than 8.5? Okay, I'll go back through it. I'll go through it one more time just to wrap up, just to wrap this up. Or just to recap it, I'll go through it one more time. Okay. Someone says, yep, Silhouette, here I come. And if you are going to go and become Team Silhouette, make sure that you head over to our website and you enroll in our 30-day training. This training breaks down every single essential tool over about, excuse me, it's really about, let me see, how many days is it before we go into design? It is 24 days. Really, if you really think about it, I still say 24. Like 23 days, 24 days of going through each of the tools and icons. And then we have quite a few days where we are going through hands-on designing, and I'm putting together and showing you guys how to combine all these different tools and functions that you have learned. It is $83.65. You can't beat it for the amount of information that is in that program. I had someone who was brand spanking new. She actually went head first and joined our Foundations of Designing training that's going on right now. We are currently doing that live. You can still enroll in it. And then she ended up getting the 30-day training to kind of help supplement what we were learning. And I was so blown away because not only did she do, as like someone who has never looked at this software before, had just downloaded it, she was able to follow along. She was able to create several designs. And then she even brought in her daughter's senior pictures and arranged them. When I tell you, I was beyond proud. I was like, M to the G. So if you're trying to get into Silhouette and you want to learn the software for designing, definitely check out Like everyone should start with the 30-day training. It's a way for you to always go back to a certain section too, right? Because it's organized, it's structured. You can search through a whole bunch of YouTube videos, but let's say you're struggling with tracing. You can go straight to that tracing day. You're struggling with crop. You can go to that crop day and you don't have to surf through YouTube for a lot of different videos. So it's really, really great in how it is structured. And then if you want to really kind of amp up your design, you can your design techniques, join any of our design trainings. And like I said, right now, the foundations of designing is going on. It is a 8-week. Well, it goes from February to April, but we meet live, like scheduled live every 2 weeks. But there's other activities in between that time and other like mini trainings in between that time. But as far as meeting, we meet live every 2 weeks via Zoom. Hello, you know I'm gonna cover everything. Your course is the bomb. Thank you for that. Attempting to cut now, the scan error message came up, so I had to pull the mat off and reinsert it, So I think that's the part where they tell you that you have to recalibrate it. So I think that is where you have to come up here and you have to do the calibration. You have to do that, is what I've been told. Because I don't have an actual Cricut machine. So let's recap this for everyone who is just joining. Let's go ahead. They come larger. What size printer do you have? Because remember, this only affects those with larger printers, like who have the capability of printing 11 by 17. If you have a small format printer, Canon, HP, Epson printer, whatever it is, if it only prints 8.5 inches wide, you are still limited to that smaller print then cut area. Okay, so I saw when you said that, Jesse, and I went back to it and it pops up for me. So I'm not sure why. I will do it inside the student union. Not sure why yours is saying video not found, but if you go through the dashboard and you click on those links, it should be there. If you're just looking for it on YouTube, you're not going to find it because it's not listed there. You have to go through your dashboard and click on that link. Okay, so how do you access it? Right now at the top, I'm on beta 7.28.131. If you click on the 3 lines at the top and go down to settings, once you're under general, you're going to see beta and live. Whenever Cricut releases a beta version, you can switch between the two. I'm not going to go and hit done because it's going to go through a whole little update thing and I don't want to go through that. But you're going to be on live. What you're going to do is just click over to beta. And once you click done, it's going to do an update and it's going to change to 7.28.131 for this particular beta update. If you're watching this in the future, your beta update might say something different. And then from here, if you want, before you even go back into, actually, no, you have to wait for it to update. So you're going to go back in and you're going to hit done and it's going to update. Once it updates, you now have the ability to make your images larger to print to larger size paper. You can change the paper size or the media size from one or two different places. If you create your design too big, I know you guys can't really see. Let me try and zoom in some. Can I zoom in on here? Yeah. So right here in the corner is a red caution symbol. You click on that, it's going to tell you to auto resize it. If it was already set to 11 by, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to change this to 8.5 by 11 and hit done. So this is how it was like. It'll normally be set up. When you first do that update to beta, it is still going to be set to 8.5 by 11 paper. So it's going to tell you, like when you click on it, it's going to say your max size is 5.92 by 9.94. One thing I do like about this is it tells you what the max size is. So remember how it'll tell you to say it's bigger than, what was it, 9.25 by 6.75, I think is what it told you, right? What I love about this particular update is it is telling you what the max size is. So even though it has a max size of 6.75 by 9.25, I think is what it is, or however it goes, you can't really make this where it is to 6.25 or 6.75, whatever it is. Because if you did that, so I'm going to take it down, was it 75? It's still telling me that it's too big, right? You have to get it within those parameters. So 9 point, which is kind of weird because this tells me it can go a little bit bigger. So let's see, I'm going to come over here. And so you know what? You actually do get a little bit bigger, because if we auto resize it, no, see, it's 5.92 by, well, you get a little bit bigger, because before it was what, 9.25, right? So now you have a max size, it's a little bit bigger. So it's telling me 9.91 instead of 9.25. So you do, even with this one, you have gained a little bit of extra space. You gain a little bit. And that's mainly because they changed the registration marks, and it's not one big black box. It is now 4 L brackets. So yeah, you're getting a little bit of extra space with a small format printer. But you can click there, right? But right now it's not showing it. If you come back over to the 3 lines at the top and you go to settings, once you go over to load type, you can click on the drop down and make it 11 by 17 or A3 paper, which is 11.7 by 16. You get more width. So if you feel, now if your paper is only 11 by 17, you can't use A3 just to get a wider image, because then it's not going to work. Now, if you're just printing, that's different. But you're going to choose 11 by 17 or A3 and then just hit done. And now you can adjust this, and I'm going to just knock it down to the auto resize. So this will be the max size on 11 by 17. It can be 9.28 by 15.54. So here's where the professor is going to be a little bit petty. And we're going to come over here and we're going to go 11 by 17. And this is that same exact chase. Let's see. He's not as a print and cut yet. So I'm going to go over here and go to my trace tool, put my box around it. We're going to take our threshold up. We're going to go trace and detach. And we're going to delete those. So now I have him where he's to the full size. And I'm going to put him right here on the page. And staying within my cut border, I am able to make Chase, let's see, with him staying inside, I'm going to rotate him probably just a little bit here. Let's see. Do I need to rotate? Actually, I don't need to rotate him. Let's just leave him straight up. It's a little bit of his ear hanging off. So we're going to bring that down. Or I can always, I don't really like to take mine down. I'm going to go to 0.5. That's the lowest I would go. And see, now with it at 0.5, I can actually make him a little bit bigger. So with the silhouette system, the largest I can make that chase is so it's only it's a little bit, 16.263 by 9.76 is the max that I can make him where he's within my print border. So this is only 15 in height by 9.28. With a cameo system or silhouette system, you can do 16.263 by 9.76. And if I really wanted to extend this out, I can take this past the cut marks and max it out to my print border. So let's say we were to about there. I can steal a little bit extra, and then all I would have to do is cut this top piece of his ear and this little piece of his foot, but I'm able to get this to over 10 inches wide and 16.693 in height. So you can do print and cuts that are outside of the cut line. You just have to manually cut that area. All right. So that's that. Oh, so it was 9.25 by 6.75 on 8.5 before. So yeah, it is. That one said I can do 9 point. What was it? 9 point. I forget what it was now. It was 9 something, 9.9 or something like that. So you can do a little bit bigger. Change paper size 8.5 by 11. And the max size is 9.93. So there you go. All right. So no other questions for me. I am out of here. Thank you guys so very much for joining the live. Hopefully it was helpful for you guys and answer some of the questions that you have. I know it's a bit long, but refer this video to a friend. Tell them they can jump past to when they see my face, because that's when I get into all of the nitty gritty of it. But hopefully it answers some of those questions that you may not have gotten some of the shorter content, and a video that really breaks down what this does for you and how you can use it if you have a wide format printer that will allow you to print 11 by 17 paper. Once again, and to close out, remember that you are still limited to certain size. Ooh, 24 shares. Thank you guys so much over here. We got 24 shares. All right, let's also come back over here. So you are still limited on any size paper. You're limited in how large you can print it, because it is still tied to print, then cut. It is still tied to print, then cut. So with the registration marks, you have limitations. If you have a small format printer that only prints 8.5 inches wide, you gained a little bit of extra space, but you still cannot take full advantage of the design page. You would still have to go into a different software to take advantage of the full print, like the full page, to print to the whole thing. It makes it to where you can design for things like a 20-ounce or 30-ounce tumbler, but then you'll have to save it as a PDF or do a screen grab to take it into a different software. If you are more comfortable with designing in Cricut Design Space for now, until you take one of my amazing design classes and silhouette classes. So if you're more comfortable with designing in there, you can still do that. But because of this larger print then cut option, you can now save that 11 by 17 PDF, open it up in a different software, and be able to either, crop it down or whatever, and then be able to print it and resize it and then print it. All right. Someone says still not good enough. Hey, they're trying. Give them people some time. They're trying. My email is, if it's like something for me directly, is theprofessor@hsink365.com. the professor at HSINK365.com. She says, great to follow along with you. That's awesome that you were able to follow along with me. I like that. They definitely need to give us more. Or you can come over to Silhouette Studio. All right, y'all. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.hsink. If you enjoyed this content, at the very least we can do is give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, share it out, tell a friend. Visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. Try out our amazing sublimation products, our sublimation paper, sublimation ink. Our sublimation paper is truly game changing because it allows you to sublimate at 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. The industry standard has always been 400 degrees for 60 seconds. So with SpINKing paper, you're able to get it done faster, more efficiently, and be able to get those jobs knocked out so you can move on to the next and continue to stack those coins. As you can see from my shirt, this is printed with plain paper setting. It's not premium matte, and look at the blacks. So with our ink and the way our black ink is formulated, even when you are using plain paper setting set to high, you're still getting very rich blacks. And I mean, just all of the colors are very, very rich, whether it is on high quality polyester, or even if you are doing a tumbler. This was printed plain paper setting. You're still going to get very, very vibrant colors with our combination of ink and paper. All right. A lot of people ask about color accuracy. Remember, when it comes to EcoTank printers, you're always going to experience some color variation. Even if it was an ICC profile, you're still going to get that because it just can't process the sublimation ink when it's made for dyeing. That's a whole nother story though. All right. So definitely check that out. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. I'm going to answer this one. Someone says, I'm so excited about class tonight. And just to answer this one, I don't have a need for a tumbler press. If I was doing things like how you just kind of did your event where you're at the wrestling match, I can see using that. I don't really, for me, there is no allure to the tumbler press. It wasn't something that really impressed me. I've actually had the ability to do the full ones. If you watch me, see, it's probably like 3 years ago. I had a tumbler press that allowed me to do an entire tumbler in the press. And it had like this silicone thing to it. It broke, but then all of these other ones kind of came out that looked like a traditional mug press. But even when I did that, it just did not impress me. I am one where I am definitely all for the oven. And I actually do, you don't even have to have a convection oven. I do mine in the oven that's in the kitchen here. It's a regular standard conventional oven, and it allows me to do more tumblers at once. So if you're someone that wants to do high volume tumblers, especially if you're doing like bulk orders, it's pretty much the same design. You can wrap them all, set them all up, put them all in there, and in 6 minutes, I can do 15 tumblers in 6 minutes, probably even more than that. 16 tumblers, 6 minutes. Really less than that. I can really do it in like 5 minutes. But the more tumblers you have in there, it can affect it. So I'm always going to be team oven. And I probably won't get a tumbler press unless someone's going to gift it to me. A company's going to send it to me for me to review and try out. Or if I get back to doing, on-site events, I will probably have one of those, because now I'm spoiled by using the big oven. I don't think I would ever go back to a small convection oven. So that's where the tumbler press will probably come in for on-site pressing. But other than that, yeah, you won't see a video from me because I don't own one. Ink and paper is always giving what it's supposed to give. All right. Oh, well, I will say, so I've never used it, but I've used I've used my mug press for a tumbler. It is still 365, 30 seconds. Of course, you still have to rotate, but 365, 30 seconds. Setting your timer to 30 seconds will still get you where you need to be at for great sublimation tumblers in a press. What size oven do I use? That is what, like a 30, I don't know, it's a standard one. That's, it's a standard range. That's the oven that I use for my tumblers now. I had a small oyster one, but now here At first I was not because of the whole fumes things, but because it's not a convection oven, it's a standard conventional oven. I was kind of hesitant, but it comes out like this was done in there. It comes out beautifully. So I use a standard oven and I can do up to, I've put 15 in there at one time. So haven't done anything more than that. All right. I'll answer your questions. I want to end this one, but if you guys want to still be here and ask me more questions about that, I'll answer here, but I want to end this one and keep it on topic. All right. So until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Have fun, Cricut users. It's still Team Silhouette, though. No, just kidding. I'm actually glad to see them taking these strides, and hopefully at some point you guys will be able to just print to it, although I doubt it because they are really about making, trying to get you to stay within their products. But it's a move in the right direction. Until next time, guys. Peace.